What's up, advocates? Get ready. Today, I'm going to simplify things like they've never been simplified so that you could understand the insurance claims process in just 4 simple steps. I'm basically going to tell you what the 4 steps are in the settlement of insurance claim. That's right. Although there's a lot of detail that goes into each of these steps, there's a lot of things that go into these things that we even have in this book right here, and we've got the elite claims process and a lot of steps within the steps. There really are just 4 things that are involved when it comes to the settlement of an insurance claim, and I'm going to explain to those right now, right here. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? My name is Vince Perry, and I am the commercial claims advocate, owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. And today I'm going to break things down real simple. I'm going to tell you the 4 steps involved in the settlement of an insurance claim. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it. Obviously, there's, intense kinds of documentation and communications that you have with the insurance company, because ultimately, let's face it, the insurance company is not just going to give the money away. You need to make sure that you provide enough evidence to prove that this claim occurred, and there's a process behind all of that. But really, it's just 4 steps. It's just 4 things that are involved that every single claim has. Every single one, no matter what kind of claim, whether it be fire, whether it be water, whether it be wind, whether it be vandalism, every single claim pretty much goes through these 4 steps. So if you ever wanted it to be simplified, I'm going to simplify it for you right here, right now. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. Number 1, it all starts with the filing of the claim, okay? The claim gets filed and an inspection occurs. There's always an inspection by the insurance company, obviously, right? You can't just go ahead and call in the claim, send a few photos, and then expect the insurance company to release tens and 20s and 30s of thousands of dollars. They need to send their people out to inspect the property. They need to send an adjuster, usually an independent adjuster, aka field adjuster, to go out to be the eyes and the ears of the insurance claim to make sure that they go out there to document the loss. You call the insurance company, you tell them what's going on. Well, they need to prove that indeed is what's going on. And of course, while they're at the inspection, guess what they do? They not only take photos to send it back to put it into their system, but they put an estimate together. Just make sure when they go out there to do the inspection, make sure if you are there, whether it be a policyholder or a public adjuster especially, because you know better, show the independent adjuster, show the insurance company adjuster everything. Point at them. Don't make sure that they don't miss anything, because let's face it, they're out there and they have some notes and they're going to ask you, hey, what's going on? I've got these notes, but show me. Show them. Don't be afraid to show them all the damage. The more that you show them, the better result you're going to have on your claim. And in this inspection, like I said, they're also going to gather some documentation too. So if you have any repair bills, or if you have a mitigation bill, or if you have videos and photos and anything that you can that could help your case, make sure you provide it to them, because it will help your case ultimately. And during this inspection, this is really your time to make sure that you provide the insurance company with everything. You can send it to them if you'd like through email or whatever it is, but make sure that you do it right then and there, because you don't want to forget, and you want to make sure you have everything present, because during that inspection, inspection. That is really the only time, unless of course they do request a re-inspection, which I'm not going to get into in these 4 steps, but it is possible. Make sure in the inspection you show them everything, not just all the damage, but also the documentation, and make sure that they don't miss a thing. So step number 1 is the inspection. Step number 2 is just the investigation, right? Okay, so they get the inspection report from the adjuster, they get the photos, they get everything. Well, now they just got to investigate. Now, sometimes the investigation doesn't last long. Sometimes just by looking at the photos and the documentation, that's good enough for them to determine coverage. But sometimes it's not enough. Maybe it's a plumbing situation. They need to send a plumber out. Maybe they need to get a plumbing invoice. Maybe it's a new home that you purchased, and guess what? They're going to want to see a pre-purchase inspection to make sure that the damage that you are claiming wasn't there before. You know, they may ask for your mortgage info just so that when they cut the check, they have the right mortgage on there. There's always a little investigation. Another couple things that they do is they may want to do a recorded statement. So, okay, we see that you have this loss. We've sent our people out. It's looking good, but we want to make sure that we get a statement on file so that we can get a timeline of everything that sort of happened. This is a good time to probably hire a public adjuster just to make sure that they're with you, next to you when you do it. But that's fine too. Just make sure if you're a policyholder that you're sort of prepared for this thing, okay? And just give them all the facts. But it will be a recorded statement. They will be recording it over the phone. And this is one of the most common requests that they have when you do have a loss. So the investigation, it could last any time. Now, another thing with the investigation is there is a timeline, right? There is a timeline that they have to complete their investigation. In Florida, it's 90 days. But in Texas, it's, I believe, 30 business days. I believe it's 30 business days. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But every state has their own timeline. Most states, they have their own timeline that they have to complete their investigation. If I were you, look up your state's timeline and hold them accountable to that. But just because there's a timeline of the investigation does not mean they have to last the entirety of the investigation. Very common issue that we have with insurance companies is they tend to drag out the claim. There's so many claims, and I don't blame them totally. They have thousands upon thousands of claims that they have to look after. It's up to you to sort of nag them, okay? Now, I'll recommend that you don't nag them on a daily basis because, again, they have thousands of claims. But part of our process is we nag them every 7 days. We have a calendar, and we make sure we follow up with the insurance company every 7 days. Because if they've got their photos, they've got their documentation, they've got their estimate, and they don't need anything else, well, they should pay that claim, or at least give you a coverage decision. So there is the inspection, there is the investigation, which could last any amount of time. That's step 1, that's step 2. Step 3 is if you do get coverage is the sort of negotiation part, right? Because they're going to come up with an estimate that they believe is what costs to do the build back, what we call, of your home, okay? This is the negotiation part, right? If you do not feel it's enough, do not think that that is it, that is final, okay? If you are a policyholder and you believe it's enough to put your home back together in, again, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But if you do not feel it's enough, or if you have a public adjuster that has an estimate that's much higher, or if you as a policyholder have an estimate that's much higher, well, then you need to present that estimate to the insurance company. You need to say, hey guys, you're only offering me $10,000, but I have an estimate here from either a public adjuster or even a contractor that states that it's $20,000. We're going to have to work this out. So if your estimate is really, really good, then you might be able to get that full $20,000. But there is a lot of negotiation that is involved in the insurance claims process. Some agree with me on the negotiation part, some don't. But if you want to try to get your claim settled, it's like anything else. You guys are going to have to sort of work together to try to settle it. So after you do the inspection, do the investigation, they will hopefully put an estimate together on what they think it costs. Make sure you read it, make sure you look at it, make sure it's enough money to put your home back together again. Because if it's not, then you want to present them with an estimate. Again, it could be an estimate from a public adjuster or an estimate from a contractor. Present it to the insurance company and make sure that they, work with you a little bit. And then that's it. Then there's settlement. The settlement, pretty much nationwide, is they're going to send you a check. Please keep in mind that when they send that check, your mortgage company will be on that check. As a public adjuster, the public adjusting firm will be on that check, as well as the mortgage company, okay? Mortgage company process could be a little bit difficult. That's the time for another video. But in order for you, as a policyholder, to deposit that money into the bank account, well, you're going to have to get the signature of yourself, the signature of the mortgage company, and if you have a public adjuster, you will have to get the public adjuster's signature as well and pay the public adjuster a portion of that check. But that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple process, right? Every single claim that is going to happen, public adjuster that you're going to be involved in, and if you're a homeowner that you're going to have, it's inspection, it's investigation, it's negotiation, and it's the settlement check. And then that's it. You're pretty much done. It's really not that complicated of a process. Now, of course, there's a lot more that goes into that. We have an entire book. We have an entire course where we train public adjusters on our elite claims process that really dives deep into the minutia of the process. And if you're a policyholder and you have a good public adjuster, make sure they're doing their due diligence and they're getting into it and just really doing what they're supposed to do and following up with the insurance company and providing everything that they need. But if you are a policyholder and you have a public adjuster, communication with your public adjuster is very important, because we're going to need a lot of things from you to make sure that we can get everything the insurance company needs to sort of pay that claim. So that's pretty much it. 4 simple steps: inspection, investigation, negotiation, and settlement. My name is Vince Perry. Again, I am the commercial claims advocate. My company is Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. You can find me anywhere on social media. Make sure you hit subscribe to this channel. And also, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. My website is not only eliteresolutions.com if you have any claims advice that you need, but also commercialclaimsadvocate.com, where, like I said, we train public adjusters all over the country with our book, with our courses, and with our meetups where we all get together and sort of share ideas and really just try to take this industry to the next level. So thank you for watching. I hope you got some value out of it. Please leave a comment below or send me a message, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you very much. Peace out.